Now, Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi is at the Unemployment Insurance Fund, where he's doing a walkabout. Nxesi has admitted that the UIF is under extreme pressure. Some opposition parties have called for the SA Revenue Services to take over their payments. Our reporter Hitekani Magwedze is there and joins us live now. A very good afternoon to you, Hitekani. We've just had the press briefing and the presentation by Minister Thulas Nxesi. Why don't you give us an outline of some of the key aspects that he touched upon today?
Well, the main matter today is obviously that they have extended their capacity in terms of the amount of people that they can assist in terms of the UIF calls and applications coming in. As you can imagine, they have been inundated with huge numbers of people who've been calling in asking for relief because of the types of jobs that they've been doing and the fact that they have not been able to assist, get the type of profits that they were supposed to be getting. And that's really the crux of it. The challenge is that the people and the types of jobs that they've been doing have not been able to be sufficient for them. And because of that, their employers have been encouraged, which is one of the things the minister was saying, that they have been encouraging employers and businesses themselves, instead of people individually applying, going to or encouraging employers themselves to be doing the bulk of the applications, so that money can be sent to employers and then distributed to their employees, rather than individuals going the long way around and having inundated numbers coming into the department or UIF asking for that assistance. So it's been really an attempt during this lockdown time to streamline the processes. I mean, we've been here for quite a number of minutes now, and we've seen on the screens huge numbers of people still calling in for assistance. So there is that indication there has been a bulk of calls coming in and inundating the system. But the minister also saying that the delay was not only that, but saying that the fact is that the department is dealing with money that belongs to the state, and they have to be careful in distributing that or giving it out. So proper processes have to be followed, and that takes a bit of time, and people seemingly need to understand. But also saying that this, not all of the cases and not all of the applications will be done with before the end of the envisaged lockdown, which is in 2 weeks' time, saying that they've given themselves about 3 months, because some of the companies that will be given the money to or assisted during this time, some of them won't be able to come back and function again. Some of them will only be able to function again in the next 6 months or a year or so. So it's not a quick fix, which is what the minister was saying, but saying that it might take some time for everyone to get the necessary assistance that they've been applying for, Tammy.
And I do assume, Hitekani, that perhaps that is the bone of contention as South Africans are sitting at home and they are needing the money right now. So the question is, how do they hope to make the system more effective and more user-friendly? But what I would like to ask you now, did he talk about perhaps communicating to the business owners themselves so that they are the hub that employees can actually correlate with and correspond with, so that they are the ones that don't have to go to the UIF personally? Is that something that's underway and that has been locked down?
Well, as far as I understand, that's what the department have re-strategized towards. As you can understand, initially there were plans that the department and many other departments had set in place to, kind of deal with the uncharted territory of the lockdown and coronavirus spread that South Africa found itself in. But as time went, they've had to rechange or just change the strategy and relook at what would be best to deal with the situation. And that's one of the things that the department says they've had to do to, like I said, streamline, including communication with the employees through their employers, because that would obviously be an easier way to go in reaching the employers. But to answer that initial question that you asked as well, this extended state-of-the-art call center is one of the things that have been used to kind of smoothen the load that the UIF and the department are feeling right now. We are told that this particular facility has won quite a number of global awards, and it's one of the efforts that have been set in place to assist the department.
Thank you so much, Hitekani, for that particular report. But the people who have been turned back because their forms were incomplete, what ought they to be doing now? To go back and make sure that they fill in whatever is needed and come back again to the UIF? Or do they now, second time round, have to process this via their employers?
Well, I would assume that those people would have been told from the calls, the individual calls that they would have been a part of, and the reasons for them to be turned back would be naturally different according to the individual and according to how they applied. But the 23,000 was just, I think, to portray or illustrate that there is intense scrutiny, despite the fact that there is the lockdown and coronavirus and a sense of confusion around. But it seems as if the department is still putting its foot down in terms of the right type of documents and information that people need to bring in. The information or the documents that are required need to be brought in, although there's some aspects that have been relaxed. For example, those people who were already in the system don't have to continuously come back and bring documents. But those people that are applying for the first time, it seems as if there is that necessary scrutiny to ensure that there is no misstep and allocation of finances that was not supposed to be allocated. In fact, the minister said that they want to be careful so that when they are audited at the end of this, they are found in the green.